What's up, guys? Today I want to take you guys along on my sprint training session, and today I really want to talk about sprinting for beginners, right? I'm trying to make it like as simple as possible, right? So I have recently came across an interview on the Andrew Huberman, I think I'm saying that right, Andrew Huberman podcast. He's a scientist, right? He has a very popular podcast, and he recently had an Olympic sprinting coach, right? And it kind of fascinated me and it amazed me, and I actually was in awe of how simple training can be, even at a elite level like the Olympics, right? So pretty much in the basics of the podcast, they were discussing how to get into sprinting, and they were discussing skipping and how he uses skipping for even his Olympic athletes, right? And how skipping is actually a fundamental and very introduction to people who want to sprint, and he still uses it with his elite athletes, right? So he's also explaining how skipping emulates and mimics what the sprinting motion actually is, right? So I know for the most part, when you think of skipping, it's very how do I say it, kind of flamboyant, childish, right? You kind of look silly doing it, but you are mimicking. If you was to slow down skipping and sprinting, they look very similar, right? So I know there's people, they see sprinting, they might hear about the benefits of sprinting and how it might impact, fat burning, fat loss, getting shredded, getting lean, increasing athleticism, increasing power, all the benefits of sprinting, right? But the truth is that if you're not careful with sprinting, your chances of getting hurt is highly likely, right? Especially if you haven't been doing anything athletic and you just go out there and try to hit a max effort sprint, that's not gonna go too well, right? So today I try to implement some of those protocols that the sprinting coach, I forget his name, but I can insert a pic of the podcast so you guys could type it in and follow along and try to pick up some things about skipping. But he was discussing how skipping, he would use it with his Olympic athletes, and he would even do like anywhere from 8 sets of skipping for a prolonged distance, like 50 meters. And when I tried it today, talk about a great warm-up. I felt everything was activated: my calves, my Achilles, my feet, my glutes, my hamstrings, my hip flexors, all the muscles and joints and ligaments that I need to make sure that they're properly warmed for sprinting got done just by a simple movement like skipping, right? Now, if you're a beginner and you haven't sprinted in a long time, I suggest for 2 to 3 weeks, just do skippings, right? Follow that protocol. Do 8 to 10 sets of 50-meter skips, right? And as you get further along your sets, right, let's say set 5, you can start implementing some power skips. Now, that's a more explosive, expressive movement, right? Skipping is very expressive in nature as well as sprinting, right? I believe, in my opinion, that is the most expressive. And if you want to increase that athletic prowess, right, and tap into your athleticism, your primal instinct, sprinting is the way to go. Now, another point I'd like to make is that I'm by no means a sprinter, right? I'm no longer care about running faster. What I'm actually chasing is the benefits of sprinting from the sense of power output, right? Becoming more explosive. For me personally, I'm still an athlete. I still grapple, I do jiu-jitsu, and I wrestle, right? So I feel like the sprinting is a great way to increase that power that I'm looking to develop on the mats, right? But your case might be different. You just want to be more athletic. Studies, all you got to do is look it up, and you'll see studies all over the place explaining how your first thing to go is your fast twitch muscle fibers as you begin to age, right? So sprinting and training in this manner kind of keeps that nervous system and your body telling you that, hey man, I still need this explosiveness, I still need that. So it holds on to it, right? From an energy standpoint as well too, from a mitochondrial standpoint, right? Just your cells, your DNA, training your body to tell you like, hey, I still need this primal instinct, right? And that's kind of what I'm seeking with sprinting. I know I don't care about, speed. Now, if you're looking for speed, obviously train for speed. That's great, right? You're a football player. That's a great way to go about it, right? Plyometrics, sprinting, squatting, whatever the case may be, all that good stuff for sprinting, for speed, right? But I'm more so sprinting for a way of life, for a way of being, right? Making sure I'm in tune with my athleticism, right? So I got that out the way, right? So yeah, my technique might not be on point, but I'm looking for the expression side of things and the actual doing it, right? Just being athletic. I don't care about the speed, right? But yeah, like, so I decided, you know what, why not take you guys along my sprinting and show you how simple it can be. Today I pretty much did 8 sets of skipping, followed by, I did 2 build-up sprints, right? Which the build-up concept is I'm sprinting for like 100 yards, but I'm building up to a near maximal effort, right? So I'm not off the gate going 100% or 90%, but I might be off the gate going, let's say 50, and over time just building that up, right? So building up to 70, 80, and then near that 100-yard mark, I'm near 90% maximal effort. And then I followed that up by 3 hill sprints, right? Hill sprinting I recommend as well. It's less stress on your quads and hamstrings, right? Because that elevated incline, yeah, it might fatigue you cardiovascular, but your cardiovascular system might be affected more. Like, you might feel more exhausted from it, but from the breaking down of your legs is less impact on the body, right? So yeah, hill sprinting is another great way if you're a beginner to get into it. And again, like, a point that I like to drive home is that play the long game when it comes to this, right? I know 8 sets of skipping and just calling it a day there might seem like, you want to do more, but that's why I feel people make mistakes, right? They get caught up on, doing too much too soon, and then they get hurt, and then making your way back to the training field is a long road, right? And for many, probably won't make it back once they get injured, right? So keep all that in mind. But that pretty much concludes this video. I appreciate you guys watching all the way through, and if you got any value, please consider subscribing. Help a young channel grow, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Done.